So it's that simple. Nothing in Western medicine has anything like that. Those are pleomorphic remedies. If you have more questions about them, again, you can go to that blog on the right-hand side. There's a little box, has a database of stuff, and you're going to see this new PDF, by the way, of the research on the H1N1. But in there it is. There's a downloadable discussion on pleomorphism. What is pleomorphism? And I would encourage you to, if you want to understand what is not described in the existing medical model, go download what is pleomorphism, and it'll describe completely what I'm talking about. We have a half hour left, Tobias. Are you still with us?
You bet I am.
Yeah. Have you got anything else any other topics or categories you'd like to bring up that I didn't, that you've been waiting for me, but I'm not sure I will?
No, actually, it just the only thought I had was something that I noticed on the web the other day regarding the colloidal silver solutions and how it's becoming more difficult to obtain them in Europe. From what I understand, but
well, maybe we can make it possible for the European folks to get the new kind of silver, which really is not colloidal and it's not ionic. Which I liked ionic because it was more suspended. But this is a totally different approach to either one of those two, and maybe that can now be available. And I'll check into it. We're finally getting busted into a lot of areas over there because the European model is already out over there. You know, when we talk about pleomorphics, gosh, you know, the company's over there, not here. We have to ship them in from Germany. So many of those things, you don't even have to go to a practitioner. You just go into pharmaceutical, and they'll have pleomorphic remedies right there. Although they won't be, you know, they're over the counter. Well, maybe they're not. Maybe you have to ask for them, but you know, still they don't need a doctor a lot of times. Now it depends on, you know, which European country you're probably talking about. How, and the fact too is that, you know, they're a little model of. When I say European biological medicine, I don't mean what is pervasively thought of as European medicine. I'm talking about the European model of medicine that came out of the 1800s that got scrapped when Pasteur said, oh, no, that's not right. And then the pharmaceuticals said, oh, well, that model, the European model of the 1800s, we can't go with that. I mean, those German guys, they're trying to say something. And if we go with that, then we can't make pharmacies wealthy, and we can't get wealthy because that model won't fit what we're wanting to patent. And so they went with Pasteur's model. And that allowed them to patent away and, you know, make 2,000% profit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, here's where I want to go next. We've got about 25 minutes, and I think that's perfect timing. I'm going to ask Hans to bring us up another break, and let's see what he pulls up for us. And after this break, when we get back, we're going to discuss our wonderful thing called economic and our money system. So let's listen now to Clocks, and he's going to play Ophelia's Garden. I could actually say that, Tobias. We'll be right back.
Dit is ArgusoogRadio. Een andere kijk op de wereld.
This is the Waterman Files, and you're listening to us on ArgusoogRadio.org. And as we do oftentimes, we chat behind the scenes in the community at Argusoog Radio does during the music, and so I have to go and listen to the music after the show. But anyway, we were talking some more about, remedies and products, and we got to talking about breakthroughs. And I always like to, introduce these new kinds of breakthroughs because, they're hard to keep up with unless you're actually in that field. But one of the things I'd like to mention, a breakthrough is a new product that comes out that looks like it's, advanced. It's really great as long as, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg and is, fairly much, about the same price as, say, we're comparing this antioxidant activity being way more potent than, say, grapeseed extract or green tea. So if it's at the same price range, well, now we've got something of value. However, what a really good breakthrough is, like there's a new CoQ10 that came out. I don't think I've mentioned this yet. Well, that CoQ10 is 7 to 8 times more potent and is cheaper than the cheap kind of CoQ10 you get at Walmart. Not only has it gotten more potent, but the price has dropped considerably. I mean, it used to be $60, $70, $80 in America to have a decent CoQ10 over a month period of time. That's no longer the case. We're talking, $20 now, or $23, or somewhere in there, and it's 8 times more potent. We're talking about getting to the serum levels that you can't get to even if you had an IV of it. That's what I call